Once again, family and friends, welcome. Welcome to the Sunday service. And those of you who are joining us online, a warm welcome to you as well. You're much warmer than we are, but we're still okay here. You just probably still in your bed. That's okay. You can pray to Bhagavan from anywhere. Let's join in our opening Pratna. Om Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsacharurmardhanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadguru Om Agakshe Varde Devi Akshare Brahma Vadi Gayatri Jagat Mata Vishnu Om Bhurabhuvasva Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimani Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat Om Bhurabhuvasva Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimani Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat Om Bhurabhuvasva Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimani Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat Om Triyambakam Yajamane Sugandhim Pushtivarnam Urvarukmiv Bandhanam Mrityormukshyamamritah Om Prithvi Tvaya Dhritarokam Devi Kvam Vishnudhanritam Tvam Charyamam Devi Pavitram Guru Jasanam Om Shri Prithvi Mata Yo Namah Om Apavitra Pavitra Sarvashtamyatobhyo Yeshmai Purvadikaksha Savayana Bhayantarasuje Om Asprakshanam Samarpyami Govindaya Namah Satyavakana Swaha Om Amritopastarnamasi Swaha Om Amritapidhamasi Swaha Om Satyam Yasha Shrimai Shri Shrayatam Swaha Asprakshanam Samarpyami Govindaya Namah Om Kushmule Sato Brahma Kushmali Janardhanam Kusagre Samkram Deva Kushdharam Karomayam Om Yena Badhu Baliraja Darindro Mahabala Tepam Prativannami Raksha Machala Machala. Invite all to join in the hands first. Look at the invites. Touch first the lips. Om Vangamase Asturos Om Nasurve Pranastu Eyes Om Aksharo Me Chakshavastu Ears Om Karanyo Me Shotramastu Arms Om Bahur Me Balmastu Thighs Om Ujho Me Ujhvastu Om Anishtani Me Angani Namustanvami Sahasantam. We join now in the Swasti Vacham. Let's meditate on Bhagavan in his various names and forms. Benediction Pratna. Om Hari Om Swastena Indro Vridasrava Swastina Pusha Vishnu Veda Swastina Starkshivarishtanemi Swastino Brihaspati Dadhatu Om Paya Prithivyam Paya Ushadhishu Payo Divyantarikshe Payudha Payasvati Pradisha Santomyaham Om Vishnu Raratmasi Vishnu Shatrishtu Vishnu Surasi Vishnu Druvasi Vishnumasi Vishnu Vetava Om Agnir Devata Vatu Devata सूर्यो देवता चंद्रमा देवता वसु देवता रुद्र देवता आदित्य देवता मरुतो देवता विश्वदेव देवता बृहस्पति देवता इंद्र देवता वरुण देवता ओम द्यौः शान्तिर् अंतरिक्षं शान्ति पृथ्वी शान्तिर् आपः शान्तिर् औषधय शान्तिर् वनस्पति शान्तिर् विश्वदेवा शान्तिर् ब्रह्मा शान्तिर् सर्वगं शान्तिर् शान्तिरेव शान्तिः सामा शान्तिरेधि ओम विश्वानि देवा सवितर्दुरितानि परास्व यद्भद्रं तनास्व ओम शुक्लं वरदं देवा शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्ते ओम शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिकरा भवन्तु। प्रेम श्री कृष्णचंद्र भगवान की जय। शरणं प्रभु consecrate our baby। ओम भूरसि भूमिरसि नीतिरसि विश्वधाय विश्वस्य भूरस्य धर्तरि पृथ्वी अच्छा पृथ्वी त्रिगोणा पृथ्वी मही भूम से प्रेम से उस पृथ्वी माता की जय। शरणं प्रभु। The flowers in the hand now, we meditate and offer salutation and puja to Bhagavan in the form of Ganesha. Ganesha is Vigneshwar, remover of obstacles, giver of success, storehouse of wisdom. We ask Bhagavan, may you inspire us from within to recognize the challenges that we face in life. Bless us also with the ability to be able to overcome them all. The victory may always be ours. This Ganesha, we join in humble salutations. Om Gajananam Bhutaganaधिसेवितं Nasatam Shokavinashakayakam Namavigneshwarapada Pankajam Om Maheshaputra Samasta Vignoga Vinashadaksham Mangala Puja Pratamam Pradhanam Bhagavan Namaste Om Sarvamangala Mangale Shive Sarvata Samadhike Sharanye Trayambake Gauri Narayani Namastute Sri Ganeshaya Namah Namami Sri Gauri Mata Vyo Namah Namami Om Ramyam Sushobhanam Divyam Sarvasaukhyakaram Shubham Asanam Cha Maya Raptam Dharana Parameshwaram Vyasam
Jai Jai Ganapati, Jai Ganapati, Jai Ganesha, Jai Ganapati, Jai 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 Ganapati, Jai Ganapati, Jai Ganesha, Jai Ganapati, Jai Jai.
The class plans, we glorify Bhagavan as Ganesha. Om Jai Ganapati Sadguru Sadan Kavivar Bhajan Kripa Vignaharan Mangal Param Jai Jai Girja Om Gacha Ganesh Gauri Devi Sastana Parmeshwari Puja Karishyami Om Sada Sammukho Bhava Prem Surti Gauri Ganesh Bhagwan Ki Jai Sharan Prabhu. Alright, class plans once again, flowers in hand, we join and offer puja to Bhagwan in the form of Mahalakshmi, Lakshmi the dispenser of prosperity, of wealth, of health, of beauty, of fortune, most importantly. In Hindu philosophy, light is a symbol of wisdom as opposed to darkness. It symbolizes ignorance. Today, as we offer puja to Devi, we ask Devi in a like manner that the light dispels the darkness of night, so may the darkness of ignorance be dispelled and be replaced by the light of spiritual wisdom. This Mahalakshmi, we join in humble salutation. Om Namaste Ramyam Sushobhanam Divyam Sarvasamkhyaakaram Shubham
Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Dayarupena Samstita Namastasye 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 Namo Namaha Durga Durgati Durkar Mangal Kar Sabka Man Mandir Ujjal Karo Kripa Kar Siya Aisa Pyara Bahade Maiya ऐसा प्यार बहा दे मैया चरणों से लग जाऊं मैं ऐसा प्यार बहा दे मैया चरणों से लग जाऊं मैं सब अधिकार मिटा दे मैया सब अधिकार मिटा मैया अब तक ना पहचान सका अब तक ना पहचान सका कौन आया हूँ सहारे जाना ये बिना मैं जान सका ये बिना मैं जान सका तू है तो मैया तू है करम तो मैया तू कैसे पाऊँ मैं ऐसा प्यार बहाने मैया चरणों से लग जाऊँ मैं अधिकार मिटा दे मैया दर्श तेरा कर पाऊँ मैं ऐसा प्यार बहाने मैया कृपा जगदम्ब भवानी मैं बालक नादान हूँ मैं बालक नादान हूँ नैया राजन जब सब जानू मैं गुमती खाना हूँ मैं गुमती खाना हूँ ऐसा प्यार बहाने मैया चरणों से लग जाऊँ मैं सब अधिकार मिटा दे मैया दर्श तेरा कर पाऊँ मैं ऐसा प्यार बहाने मैया मैं बालक तू मैया मेरी इस जन तेरी गोते हैं इस जन तेरी गोते हैं तेरे कृपा तेरी मैया तेरी भीतर जो भी गोत है भीतर जो भी गोत है ऐसा प्यार बहाने मैया चरणों से लग जाऊँ मैं सब अधिकार मिटा दे मैया दर्श तेरा कर पाऊँ मैं ऐसा प्यार बहाने मैया ऐसा प्यार बहाने मैया
Class funds, we glorify the Lord as Mahalakshmi. Om Matu Lakshmi Kari Kripa Karo Hriday Nivas Lokana Siddhi Kari Maha Mahalakshmi Namastubhyam Namastubhyam Sureshwari Haripriye Namastubhyam Namastubhyam Dayamine Om Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Lakshmi Rupena Samstita Namastasyai 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 Prem se Mahalakshmi Mata ki jai Sharanam Prabhu. We offer salutations now to Bhagavan in the form of Navgraha Devata. Navgraha symbolizing the planets in our solar system, the energy which from these planets affects our lives both negatively and positively. For whatever negativity there may be today, we are asking Bhagavan to be our guide, to guide us through these difficult times when they happen. And once those are overcome, of course, prosperity once again returns. So whether it's of a health nature or a financial nature, these are all affected by the energies because they affect the decisions that we make, and these are all based upon the liquid fluid in the body, of course. When the body is perfectly balanced, everything works well. When it's not, then things go awry and feel differently. So, for those of our members who may be suffering in some way or the other from the negative effects of Graha, we ask Bhagavan, of course, to bless them first along with guidance. Make them well, make them whole, and we once more be contributing members to their homes and to their families. Especially today we pray for Srimati Janki Samaru, Srimati Anjali Rampal, Srimati Lakshmi Devi, Srimati Mary Manbahal, and it's all women here for some reason. They live longer than men. Men get sick and die right away. Women just drag on and on, right? That's not true, okay? That happens to men as well. Go to the hospital, you see how many of them are there. Same thing happens, it's life. I was talking to one person last night who was reminding me, of course, but then what can I tell you? Once a man, twice a child. I got to do everything for them. So, well, that's once a lady, twice a child too, okay? So not only men, but women too. So keep that in mind. Whatever these difficulties may be, some are passing, some are fleeting, some last longer. But hopefully everyone reaps the benefit of their own actions eventually. And we pray for universal welfare. My English member and family, Rafiq Chowdhury, spoke to me last night and he says, Panditji, please pray for me. So I said, look, I do this every week. Join us sometime on the program and you will see. I don't call your name directly, but I pray for universal welfare for all of humanity. And that's what it's all about. We want every human to progress. We want every human to prosper. Because when that happens, the world is a better place for everyone. And isn't that what we're here for? To make it better? In our own little way that we contribute? Some may think, oh, my job is a lousy job, I don't like it. But whatever you're doing, if you're in manufacturing, you're making something that somebody's going to use somewhere else that's probably going to improve their life. So don't look at your job as non-contributing to society. If it was non-contributing, you wouldn't be in that job. Let me be honest with you. You're in there for a purpose, to serve the purpose of humanity. So all of us should recognize that. There's always dignity in labor. Let's work towards the benefit of humanity. And whatever is worth doing well. Not half job, okay? I was going to say a word there which shouldn't apply here, but I caught myself in time. But do the job wholeheartedly, and everything will work out to your benefit and the benefit of everybody else too. So this is what I gotta tell you one thing. When you put your mind in the job, the day flies by very quickly. You don't even know when the lunchtime comes. It's not like the union guy always looking at the clock. How come they don't miss the little break time? They're always looking at the clock. Well, listen, when the time comes, you take your break, yes. It's worth to take. But put your whole effort into the job. This is the main thing. If it's worth doing well. So for those members, for all of ourselves, we pray for peace in the heavenly regions, peace in the atmosphere, peace on the earth, as it affects our lives directly. Om Namah Murari Sripurachakari Bhado Shashi Bhumi Satorasya Guruscha Sukha Shaniva Uketu Sarvega Shantikara Bhavantu Sarvega Shantikara Bhavantu Princess Nograhadevata Ki Jai Sharanam Prabhu. Now as we join today to offer salutations to Bhagavan in the form of Mahavishnu, I'll just take a little side thing here and offer our condolences to Rani. Rani lost her cousin over the weekend. John Prasad Maharaj of England. I don't know, English is a little bit different. Nobody knows when the funeral is going to be. It's going to be sometime in the future. Usually a month from now. Why? Because that's how long it takes to process their corpses. But whatever it is, I want to join with all of you to express our condolences. John was a wonderful guy. From a rice farmer, he became an MB. So he was honored by the Queen a few years back. And now at the age of 83, he's passed on. Some may say 83 is a good age, live long. But no age is long enough, okay? When we were 83, we wish we would go on to 84 and 85 and 86 and 87 and 88 and 89 and 90 and beyond. When we die, it's always a tragedy. Tragedy for us as well as for our family. So it doesn't matter what age you die, but still it is. But he was healthy up to the last, and that was a good thing. And he was a very kind man. And he was the first guy when I went to England in 1973. He was the guy who took me to where my university was. And now he was a wonderful guy when I was there. We will all miss him. We haven't connected for a while because I'm on WhatsApp. He doesn't know how to use WhatsApp. So he had something, some other system which we don't have here. So copy something and run plus something. I forgot what the name of that program is. If you can find it, let me know.
And but you should say that living alone is not the best thing.
No, and he lived on his own for a long while now. He has one daughter only, and the daughter, of course, got married and moved on with her family. She has children of her own, so it's a bit difficult. I understand that. It happens to all of us. I gotta see Patricia here. She was taking care of her dad regularly, not because we live close together. Unfortunately, this man lived in London, and the daughter lived somewhere in the coast area somewhere. So it was quite a distance.
And he fell down, right?
They're not like here, And this is what happens to all of us old people, okay? You're gonna fall one day. Be prepared for it. Start practicing how to get up back. Or drag yourself to the phone. And call 911. Okay, this is gonna happen to all of us eventually. Let me be honest. Okay, there's no escape from it unless you die early. And we don't want that to happen either. So for John, before we go to Vishnu Puja, let's join in offering a prayer for the peace of John's Jivatma. Om Anadinidhano Deva Shankachakra Gadadhara Akshaya Pundarikaksha Preta Moksha Pradobhava Preta Moksha Pradobhava Ram Nam Satya Hai Yahi Sabki Gati Hai Om Sadgati Shanti 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 Hari Om. Alright, now with clasped hands we join in offering our salutations to Mahavishnu, Vishnu the all-pervasive Bhagavan. All-pervasive Bhagavan who becomes manifest from time to time and age to age for the benefit of humankind, by whose grace and blessings the dumb speaks, the lame walks, the blind sees, We ask, Lord Bhagavan, in the same way become manifested in the world for the benefit of mankind, may you become manifested in my heart, be the guide of my intellect, guiding me on the path of truth, of dharma, of righteousness, of religion, the path which leads to welfare here and also the hereafter. To this Mahavishnu, we join in humble salutations. Om Sashankachakram Sakirikakundam Sapitavastam Sasiruveksham Sarvakshastanastamasriyam Namami Vishnu Shirasachakobhujam Om Karoti Vacham Anurangayati Girim Yatakripatamam Vande Paramanandamadam Om Nilambujasamalakomalangam Sita Samaropitavanabhadam Pano Mahasaika Chapam Namami Ramam Raghuvanshamatam Om Ramaya Ramabhadraya Ramachandraya Vedase Raghuvataya Nataya Sitaya Pataya Namaha Om Nilavarnam Pitavastram Srivatsapadabhushitam Govindam Gopuranandam Brahmadeva Pipurjitam Brahmadeva Pipurjitam Sri Mahavishnu Bhagavanabhyo Namaha Namami Om Ramyam Sushobhanam Divyam Sarvasaukhyakaram Shubham Asanam Chamaya Rantam Vihara Parameshwara Iti Asanam
Krishna Hare Sri Krishna Hare Dukhi Yogu Dukha Dukare Jai 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 Krishna Hare Jai Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Dukhi Yogu Dukha Dukare Jai 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 Krishna
Krishna Alright, Sham, can you do your please?
Hey Krishna Gopal Hari, Hey Deen Dayal Hari, Jai Jai Krishna Gopal Hari, Hey Deen Dayal Hari. Oh Jai Jai Krishna Gopal Hari, Jai Deen Dayal Hari, Jai Jai Krishna Gopal Hari, Jai Deen Dayal Hari. तुम करता तुम ही कारण, तुम करता तुम ही कारण, परम कृपाल हरि, हे दीन दयाल हरि, जय जय कृष्ण गोपाल हरि, हे दीन दयाल हरि, जय जय कृष्ण गोपाल हरि, हे दीन दयाल हरि. रत्हा के रंग भूमि में और कर्मयोग के मलय अवतार, रत्हा के रंग भूमि में और कर्मयोग के मलय अवतार, अजर अमर है पंडित गुरु, काया के दुख सुख समझा, सख सागरी शरणागत है, सख सागरी शरणागत है, सर्वप्रतिपाल है, हे दीन दयाल हरि, जय जय कृष्ण गोपाल हरि, हे दीन दयाल हरि, जय जय कृष्ण गोपाल हरि, हे दीन दयाल हरि. श्याम के रंग में रंग गए मीरा रस, कान तो रस के कान हुए, श्याम के रंग में रंग गई रस कानपुर के कानपुरे जब से आके बंद करी सूर्य घास में कर सके माता यशोदा ब्रजनारी माता यशोदा ब्रजनारी माता कृष्ण गोपाल हरि नंद के लाल हरि कृष्ण गोपाल हरि नंद के लाल हरि कृष्ण गोपाल
प्रेम से महाविष्णु भगवान की जय शरणम प्रभु. Once again, with flowers in the hands, we meditate on offer salutations to Bhagavan in the form of Shiva Shambhu. Shiva symbolizing the reabsorbing aspect of divinity. Atman becomes merged into Paramatman when self-realization is achieved. He's called Vardhata, the giver of wounds, by repeating the Panchakshara mantra Om Namaha Shivaya with love, with devotion. In the puja of Bhagavan Shiva, the simple tendencies within us, followed by anger, greed, jealousy, covetousness, hatred, pride, envy, these become burnt in the fires of our devotion. In this manner, we attain purity of thoughts, words, deeds, mind, intellect, action, which are prerequisites for attaining moksha by offering puja to Bhagavan Shiva with love and with devotion. I invite you all now to sit upright, cast away the worldly cares, we all have them, let's put these at the back of the minds for a little while. Meditate on the most pleasing aspect of Bhagavan. Bhagavan is beyond names, beyond forms. The names and the forms that we use are tools to help us to keep the mind from wandering. Let's use those tools effectively and imprint the image of Shiva within the heart, asking to make his home therein, to be the guide of the intellect, guiding us on the path that leads to welfare here as well as hereafter. To this Shiva, we join in humble salutations. Nasham Paresham Gajendrasya Kritam Rasanam Varenyam Jata Juta Madhye Smuradagam Gavarim Mahadevam Ekam Smarami Smararim Om Mahesham Suresham Suranatinasham Vibhum Vishwanatham Vibhutyam Dabhusham Virupaksham Bharatavanitrinetam Sadanandamire Prabhu Panchavatam Om Girisham Radesham Hare Neelavarnam Rajendra Virudam Gunati Prarupam Bhavam Bhasman Bhasma Dushitamam Bhavani Kamatram Bhaje Panchavakram Om Shiva Kanta Shambho Shashankara Namore Mahesham Shivim Jagajutadhar Prasidam Prasidam Prabhu Purnarupam Om Namaste Namaste देवो विश्वमूर्ते नमस्ते नमस्ते चिदानंदमूर्ते नमस्ते नमस्ते तपयोगगम्यं नमस्ते नमस्ते श्रुतिज्ञानगम्यं ओम प्रभु शूलपाणे देवो विश्वनाथ महादेव शंभो महेश त्रिनेत्रं शिवकांत शांत स्मरारे मुरारे वरण्यो वरेण्यो नमान्यो नगम्यं वरण्यो वरेण्यो नमान्यो नगम्यं ओम श्री शिव शंकर भगवानेभ्यो नमः नमामि ओम रम्यं सुशोभनं दिव्यं सर्वसौख्याकरं शिवम् आसनं च मया रक्तं ग्रहण शिव शंकरम् ओम नमोऽस्तु नीलग्रीवाय सहस्राक्षाय विदुषे अथवे अस्य सत्वानो हन्तेभ्यो करं नमः ओम त्र्यंबकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिवबन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्ष्यमामृतात् ओम वरुणस्योतं हन्मसि वरुणस्य स्तं सजनिस्तं वरुणस्य ऋत्सदन्यसि वरुणस्य ऋत्सदन्मासि वरुणस्य ऋत्सदन्मासि पाद्यमर्घ्यमाचमन्यं स्नानं श्री शिव शंकर भगवान पूजनम् ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय नमो नमः ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय नमो नमः ओम गोक्षीरधामन्देश गोक्षीरे मया कृतं स्नापनं देव देवेश गृहाण शिव शंकरं क्षीरस्नानं श्री शिव शंकर भगवान पूजनम् ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय नमो नमः ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय नमो नमः शक्ताशेताक्षुरमस्ते रूपा पशुपतिकर्मण्याः अविलिप्ता रौद्रा नमो रूपा पारजन्या गंगाजलस्नानं श्री शिव शंकर भगवान पूजनम् ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय नमो नमः ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय नमो अभिषेक समाप्तम समर्पयामि प्रेम से शिव शंकर भगवान की जय शरणं प्रभु ओम शीतवातुषं संत्राणं नजारक्षणं परं दयालंकरणं
तेरे बन पे मैं बलिहारी रे तेरे बन पे मैं बलिहारी रे तुम्हें नील बदन पिछकारी रे नाम देवता मेरे नाम जही नहीं मेरे नाम देवता नाम देवता Lexinath ki taya karun singhare
Alright, so you work on your going now to the conjunction statement. Can you?
No,
No, you're not ready yet? Okay, I guess I'm gonna do mine a little bit today. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Hare Hare Hare. Namah Shivaya. Om
Hare
Namah Shivaya. Namah Shivaya. Namah Shivaya. Om Atmatvam Girajanati Sahachara Prana Shariram Graham Pujate Shayokabhogarachana Indra Samadhishtiti Sanchara Parayoparachana Vidhi Stotrani Sarvagyo Yadyat Karam Karumi Karatakiram Shambho Taradham Om Karacharam Kritam Va Ayajam Karmajam Sarvainajam Va Manasam Aparadam Vihitam Avihitam Va Sarvitakshamasva Jai Jai Karmadi Shri Mahadeva Shambho Jai Jai Karmadi Shri Mahadeva Shambho Prem se Shiv Shankara Bhagavan ki Jai Sharanam Prabhu. This time we'll take prasadam. We'll have the kirtan and bhajan singing continuing and the Shiva Abhishekam all at the same time. Please participate in one or more of these activities. What I like not to see is chit-chatting in the room so that you can disturb others. Let's try to keep this for the meantime if we can. Sorry.
Feeding a new mana. I think I live on now. See you never see you feeding a new mana. I think I live on now. See you never see you. Thank you.
प्रभु हम ते कृपा करना, प्रभु हम ते दया करना, प्रभु हम ते कृपा करना, प्रभु हम ते दया करना, प्रभु हम ते कृपा करना, प्रभु हम ते दया करना, वैकुंठ जो नहीं है हृदय रहा करना, प्रभु हम ते कृपा करना, प्रभु हम ते दया करना, गूंजे राग बनकर वीणाती तार बनकर, गूंजे राग बनकर वीणाती तार बनकर, ग्रंथों के नाथ मेरे हृदय में प्यार बनकर, हृदय में प्यार बनकर, हर रात नींद कर स्वर बनकर करना, प्रभु हम ते कृपा करना, प्रभु हम ते दया करना, नाचेंगे मोर बनकर ये शाम तेरे द्वारे, घनश्याम शाहिर रहना बनकर मेरे तारा, बनकर मेरे तारा, अमृत के तार बनकर प्यासों पे दया करना, प्रभु हम ते कृपा करना, प्रभु हम ते दया करना, वैकुंठ जो नहीं है हृदय में रहा करना, प्रभु हम ते कृपा करना, तेरे भी योग बनकर दिन रात है उदासी अपने शरण में लो हे नाथ ब्रज के पासी हे नाथ ब्रज के पासी तुम हो हम शब्द बन कर प्राणों निरमा करुणा प्रभु हम कृपा करुणा प्रभु हम दया करुणा वैकुंठ जो यदि है हृदय निरमा करुणा प्रभु हम कृपा करुणा प्रभु हम दया करुणा प्रभु हम कृपा करुणा प्रभु हम दया करुणा
Hari Narayana, Hari Narayana, Hari Narayana, Shri Ram Ram Ram. Hari Narayana, Hari Narayana, Hari Narayana, Shri Ram Ram Ram. Hari Narayana, Hari Narayana, Hari Narayana, Shri Ram Ram Ram. Ayodhyavasi Sri Ramachandra Ananda Rupa Jai Jai Ram. Ayodhyavasi Sri Ramachandra Ananda Rupa Jai Jai Ram. Hari Krishna Murari Kunja Bihari Bhavagoptari Jai Jai Ram. Krishna Murari Kunja Bihari Bhavagoptari Jai Jai Ram. Hari Narayana, Hari Narayana, Hari
Krishna Kripalu, Krishna Kripalu, Kripalu Vaikuntha, Dinabandhu. Krishna Kripalu,
You not want to sing, Pete? Alright, family and friends, welcome once again. We will continue from where we left off the last time, which I think all of us need to hear. Some of us might find something new here, I think. Let's join in part. When we left off the last time, Sri Ram, his mind being read by Sita, of course, that they should give the payment to the ferryman for taking them across the Ganges. But what happened? When Sri Ram says, well, here is your fare. Instead of the man was in confusion, he didn't know what to expect. Instead of accepting what Sri Ram offered, he fell flat on his face, clasped the feet of Sri Ram, and began to speak. What he says is of some importance to all of us. Chaupai. Not Ajamai Kahana Pava. Bhagavan, he says, what today, Arjun, what have I not received? Being in your company, being able to serve you, what is missing? What have I not received so far? The fire of my pop. And here, of course, the translation between Indian and English is a little bit different because the pop is translated as sins, but what it is, dosh is false, right? Dosh is false. So what faults, the fire of my faults, of my sorrows, of my indigence, my neglect, have all been extinguished today. Today is the day when everything fell in place. For a long time, I have worked for my livelihood. But only today, and I've been paid handsomely by people who use my services. But it is only today that I have received my wages in full. Now, think about it. For most of us, no matter who comes your way, if there's a service performed, we all want payment. Like it or not. Everybody wants payment. So you should. If you are in a job, you gotta be paid. Your time is important to you. Because what you were doing during that time there, you could have been doing something else. But that something else might not be able to feed you. So the job is important. Like I said at the beginning here, any job worth doing is worth doing well. A lot of us don't like our jobs at all. Believe me. We go there just for the money. But if you're going to take the money, don't take it under false pretense. If you like your job, you don't have to work a single day in your life. Can you imagine that? How many of you like your job? Let me see your ones. 2, 3, 4.
I do housework.
I like my job too, I gotta be honest.
He is in housework.
So like your job, and you won't have to work a day in your life. And this man is saying here, what have I not received by serving you today, God? With my own eyes I've seen you. I've been able to serve you. I've been able to hold your feet. What else do I need? I don't need no payment. Continuing, he's saying. Chopai. By your grace, I want nothing now. Don't pay me anything. Whatever you give me at the time of your return, he knows he's not going to come back, okay? Rama does not come back. Why? Because he flew into Ayodhya on the air chariot that Ravan had stolen from Kubir. But I will thankfully accept what you give me then. So he's saying, pay before the payment. Because if you don't pay me, whatever I've done today is going to be my payment. Now, friends, here's a man who recognizes, of course, devotion, recognizes the divinity of Sri Ram, and has received the ultimate payment. The ultimate payment being that of liberation. And I spoke about that the last time. So let's see what happens next. The Doha is going to explain this a little bit better.
Thank you.
बहुत कीन प्रभु लखन सिया नहीं कटती वस मेरी रामा नहीं कटती वस मेरी विराकीन करुणाय भगति विमल रामा भगति विमल Though Sri Ram, Lakshman, Sita did their utmost to persuade him, the ferryman, the Kevat, will not accept anything. Sri Ram then bestowed on him the boon of unalloyed devotion, pure devotion, and bade him farewell. But the question is, Sita gave her wedding ring to Rama, as most of you heard last week when I spoke. And Rama is offering it to the man didn't take it. So what does he do with the ring? Tulsidas doesn't say anything here. That ring is going to be very important later on in this story. That is the same ring that Hanuman actually took from Sri Ram when he went to look for Sita. So how did Rama get the ring if he gave it back to Sita? Do you see what happened? Like all of us would do. Somebody gave you a ring, you put it in your finger, isn't it? Everybody does. After the Keva didn't offer it, Sri Ram took it and put it in his finger. Knowing, of course, in advance, the time is going to come when I will need this ring again so that Sita can recognize on the ring the word Ram is etched as well. So when Hanuman put that ring in his mouth, Hanuman doesn't have pockets, you know that. Prabhu Mudrika Meli Mukamai, the story says he puts the ring into his mouth. From the Chalisala, you know that verse. He puts the ring in his mouth. Well, why was he so powerful? Because of this ring, because Ram's name was etched into that ring. This is a little by the way kind of thing I'm passing on to you. You won't hear this anywhere else because you got to do a lot of reading elsewhere to find this thing. But people are beginning to figure stuff out slowly, and it's good. I have to do a lot of figuring out for myself. How did Sri Ram get this ring? How did why when Hanuman took it and put it in his mouth, why was Hanuman able to leap all the way across the Lanka? So all these things are there in the name of Sri Ram. And every time Hanuman wants to accomplish a task, what he does? Jai Sri Ram. Jai Sri Ram. He takes the name of Ram in his mouth and is able to accomplish great things. Now, think of what we can accomplish if we also did the same. We use the name Ram, Jai Shri Ram, Ram Nam, but how many of us do it with feeling and devotion in our hearts? And we greet each other with, the name of Ram is so powerful for all of us. As Hindus, when you greet each other with the name of Ram. Ram, Ram. And to identify which Ram it is, the answer to that is Sita Ram. That is the Ram we're talking about, the Ayodhya Ram. And when the last verse is read in the last mantra of the cremation, what does the Pandit say? Ram Nam Satya Hai. Yahi Sab Ki Gati Hai. Om Sad Gati. So if you think about it this way,
The name of Ram has come to symbolize the ultimate devotion. And don't forget, Sri Ram has lived a life that has gone through the gamut of every situation that any one of us will ever reach in our own lives. You're poor, he was a hermit, living in the forest without any money. Look, he wanted to pay the ferryman, he would like to help him out. From a prince, everything was at his command, yet he ruled wisely, judiciously. This is who the Ram is. That's why he's come to symbolize so much to all of us. He's a perfect son, a perfect human being, perfect husband, perfect brother, perfect king. What else is there? Which one did I miss? Any? Father too, yes. He didn't find out his kids until they were grown up, but still. That's a different story. We'll get to that eventually. So Rama has come to symbolize the ultimate human condition. And if we take a leaf out of his book, each one of us, no matter what situation you're facing at any particular time, whether it's happiness or sadness, you apply Sri Ram there, and your pleasure will increase manifold, your sorrow will disappear. That is the kind of example Sri Ram has left for us. For any one of us, life goes on no matter what. We have to live till we die. Can't escape that. Death is going to come to all of us. In fact, if you think about it, from the time we are born, all of our lives we're living to die. You ever thought of it? You ever thought of it that way?
No.
Yet when it comes, none of us is prepared. All of our lives we're waiting for the same event, and when it happens, nobody is prepared. Your family is not prepared, neither are you. Recently I spoke with one, somewhere I said this a little while ago, I hope it wasn't here. But the story goes like this. The man is on his deathbed, the one appears before him and says, "What is it can I do for you, son?" He said, "Can you give me more time?" The one says, "Well, you already had 90 years and you haven't done what you were supposed to do. What is another few moments going to do for you?" I think last week I said this, yes. So this is a lesson for all of us. Be prepared. Nobody knows when it's going to come. Death is our closest friend. It's with us 24 hours a day, every day of the week, every week of the year, every year of our life. No fail. Live we may, die we must. And if we're not prepared, the time will come when you're totally unprepared for what's going to happen. Make sure you put all your will and your papers and sign on in proper order before you make an exit. Otherwise your kids are not fighting over little things. But that happens. And you know how many, parents are the glue that holds the family together. As soon as the parents close their eyes, everybody go their own separate ways. It's unfortunate, but it happens. And why? Because of worldly goods. That's all. Which we can use here, yes. We can do a lot with it. But we can use it to increase our punya as well. And decrease our pop. Punya is virtue. Pop is negative karma. So we can use it for one wise thing, but what happened? The three wealth that we have, tan, man and dhan, we all use it for the body, for entertainment only. Everybody loves entertainment, isn't it? Tan is the body, we use it for what? To entertain the mind. The wealth that we have, we only want to accumulate more and more and more. And have a sport this weekend and another sport next weekend and so on and so on. Use it wisely, my friend. Time is something, is a commodity we cannot purchase, okay?
We cannot purchase time. It's the only commodity that cannot be purchased. Nowadays, of course, they'll say, okay, but the doctor will give you medicine and this kind of stuff and you live longer. It's true. Think about it. In 50 years ago, before the invention of some of these medications that we now use, people reach 50, they're old. I remember when I was a young kid and I meet a 50-year-old, my uncle, so-and-so. Your father asks you, where did you meet so-and-so? Yeah, oh, that old man, yes. You're laughing, but at 50 they look old. Now I'm 74, going to 75, and I don't think of myself as old. I think
A lot of people could be calling you old man.
they probably are. I remember when I first came to Canada, even before I was a pundit, you know, we were involved in the religious movement at that time. And my sister-in-law had a puja, so I said, well, who's the pundit going to do your puja? Oh, that old man who been coming last time. And Boom was not that old. But this is the thing, the perspective that we see things in when we are at different stages of our life is different. Most young people see me now, they'll say I'm an old man. I don't think I'm old. In my mind, I'm still about 16. But the body is telling me something else. The pains are in the knees, the pains are in the shoulder, in the hands, and this and that, and every day you wake up is a new pain. I think all of you find this out already, most of us. Depends how you go to sleep in the night, and when you wake up, the pain is in a different part of the body. Are you feeling that?
Pain doesn't sleep.
Pain doesn't sleep, yeah. You sleep.
That's a good one.
So my friends, I think we have to close here today, but the story goes on, of course, and we'll look at it for next time. Because Ganga was able to be happy with the reacquaintance with Sri Ram. The boatman has fulfilled his desires. He's able to attain liberation by providing a service. And there's a story behind this boatman thing, which actually I've heard a few times, but I don't remember why he became the boatman to ferry Sri Ram. At one time, Sri Ram had to save him.
Did you check it out on that snow?
Oh, you want to know? How about if you look up the Google and find it for yourself?
It comes better when it comes from the pandit.
Okay, like this. Like I told you, you know, every time I read Ramayana, I get tears and my nose runs. Why? Because it rises up so much feelings in my heart, right? And I'm sure it does for you too. And if you didn't shed a tear when you hear Ramayana, it means you're not paying attention. True. Right? Shanta? Put you on the spot. You're not crying.
Yeah, but you can cry without tears, right?
Yeah, but you feel it from within, internally.
Crying.
Not external, but I still, my eyes get blurry and the nose begins to run. So it's emotion. And you know, Ramayana evokes this kind of emotion when you listen to it, because it's a human story, really, when you think about it. It's a story of you and me. Each of us can fit in certain areas of life. And this is why it's so popular. We're all able to relate to some incident here, some incident there. Everybody relates. And even though we read it so regularly, and every temple reads it, and every year you go to read it, it's still ever fresh. How? How is this possible?
Because it's explained differently.
Not true. Alright, we'll shut up here, and Prince Vasyapati Ramachandra Ki Jai. And
So,
yeah.
you can do upper prayer production, and he did a lot of
Oh yes,
charity
true.
work.
Some of you know Darshanam from Guyana. He used to go to the hospital to do prayers and so for people.
All in hospitals would be going to pray for
He passed away during the week, I think, and his funeral was
93 he was.
he was 93. Okay, all right.
Okay, let's offer a prayer for Russian energy. I'm so sorry that he passed on, but his time has come
We
too.
used to live in the street.
You used to live on your street? Oh, so you're doing well. Okay. The Silva?
The Silver Street.
Really? I live there, but I don't met him there.
We were branded when we were coming
I
out.
had blinkers on. Yeah. Okay. Om Vayunanyam Amritam Atiram Bhasmantam Shariram Om Kratusmar Kritam Smar Kratusmar Kritam Smar Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Ram Nam Satya Hai Satya Gati Hai. Alright, quickly now so we want to thank everybody for showing up today. Some of you, Ram, I haven't seen you for a little while. Welcome back. I hope we'll see you more often. You didn't
I
say
had
yes.
to take the competition.
You didn't say yes. So. And I want to remind everybody, of course, that not next week, the week after Saturday, we have our little musical evening as a fundraiser here. Because the bills have gone up and they got to be paid, we need to keep our expenditure paid up, and is a everyday expenditure paid up, so that we can keep our place intact. And this is the reason why we're having this, of course, to be able to pay off some of those bills. Also, I noticed we have some problem with our microphones in these days. Once we've paid those bills, we're going to try to replace all these microphones with some Shure MP58 ones. They're good kind.
Very expensive.
They're expensive, but better to have something good than something that'll change every 2 years. So we're hoping to do that. Let's see what comes in and how much we are able to raise. So the insurance went up, I don't know how many percent, but 100%.
Doubled over 8 years.
Yeah,
Some
double.
years.
All right, and they'll double to what we were able to reduce it to.
No. The old insurance doubled in 7 years.
7 years double. Double.
Doubled.
I thought it was more than I remember when I first started. I don't know. I remember when the last saw the
Just
amount. It was about $800 when we first started.
That's 20 years.
20. Okay, that number stuck in my head for some reason, and now it's gone to 51 plus the taxes, about like $6,000. So that's a lot. But we were able to find an alternative carrier who has reduced it by quite a bit, and we were lucky enough to be able to. And we got to thank Lotus for hooking up us with this guy, so that we were able to reduce that cost. So we are doing well. We've done very well for that. So let's see what happens.
We still have 6 tickets here to sell.
Okay, so 6 tickets are remaining. The others are distributed. Doesn't mean they're sold. And if you can't come, you can still buy the ticket so you can support the cause.
That's what everybody said they were.
Yeah. So if that works, that will be fine. We can only accommodate certain amount of people. I only printed 100 tickets. I don't think we'll be able to accommodate 100, but that's how the tickets are set up. I gotta print 100. So the 100 was printed and distributed 90. How much you got left for?
6.
6. So we distributed 94 so far. So if all sold by them, then it will be great.
We should spell the 100 by then.
And we want to remind you, of course, to turn down your cell phone when you come in here, put it on vibrate if you can, please, so that you don't disturb others. Sunday, December the 3rd is the Gita Jaya, next Sunday coming. And Wednesday, December the 7th is the full moon. We want to thank all the musicians and the singers. And I'd like to ask the members who are involved with this planning and execution of this thing for the Sunday the 10th, if you can stay back a few minutes and let me do something, we'll get discuss a few things, a little meeting. And the reason I'm asking you is because next week I will not be here. I had a previous engagement, unfortunately. And I try to avoid engagements on the Sundays, but sometimes you can't help it. Especially with the shroud and so on. If you fall on that day, you gotta do it. You can't say, okay, I'll do it 10 day on the 11th day. It doesn't work that way. So Shroud is a little bit different, so we try to accommodate the families. And Neil and his father will be here, Mohan will be here next week. So we have that covered, but I will not be here. So this is the last week I'm here until the event itself, the fundraiser. So I hope that if you have any question, call me at home. I'll try to answer them. But for those who are involved in promoting and holding, our executive members and a few of the others, please stay back a few minutes so that we can cover those. Also, for those of you who Amar will be playing for, you should talk to him about your songs so that he can know the notes and everything. So Shalini was supposed to be here, she didn't show up. Alright, so I think that's about it. I think I thanked everybody again already. I don't have any donations today. And nobody tell me their birthday is coming up. Who's?
Oh, Auntie Irene gave me an answer, but I forgot it in the other car, sorry.
The other
see
car.
her?
This is what happens when you get more than
Well,
one.
you're lucky the pandit wasn't fortunate to get to see her.
No, we went yesterday. She called me and we went.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The pandit has been coming for 5 months.
Alright, she called them, that's good. How's she doing?
She's getting there.
Okay, good. I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah, she's doing well.
Happy?
Just we talked about, you mentioned Darshan, and you probably, China was associated with him for quite a while they were both living in Bhutan.
Chandan?
Yeah.
Chandan Prasad?
Charan Prasad.
Oh yeah? Okay.
Well, he was living in Dhanraj Street.
Okay.
And,
He knows,
Darshan,
I don't think he knew that Darshan passed away because I spoke with him on Friday and he didn't. I told him Darshan passed away and he said I knew him, yes, but he didn't say.
I'm not sure where Darshanand is originally from, but when he moved to Newtown, he started teaching Hindi and then started religious teachings also with amongst kids.
Mm-hmm.
Since then, even when he moved to Canada, he did a lot of community work with
He did, yes.
Hinduism. So it's sad to hear that he's gone, but this is inevitable.
He was ailing for a while and
Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Darsh was living in front of my brother at Kingston by the lighthouse when I know him.
Yeah.
He and his wife, the lighthouse.
I think that's from the
Yes. Yeah. Okay.
okay. Alright, well I want to thank all of you for coming out and you finished? I want to thank all of you for coming out and let's please stand for our tea and closing. Every week I run into overtime. I can't pay overtime.
Jai Shiva Om Swami Hari Shiva Friends, बोलो श्री कृष्ण भगवान की जय।